Welcome to Communing with Divine, a podcast where I share my spiritual quest and the lessons and the insights that I've received from many divine beings and energies during meditation. I am your host, Meraki. Now, let's begin. Welcome back to Communing with Divine. Now, I know that I've discussed this before, but I wanted to talk about the three perspectives that I have at times when I do this work. It's not always the case, but when it happens, I can switch between these three perspectives, or I can actually experience all three at the same time. But the first is obviously my physical self. I'm aware of this aspect of my consciousness and the physicality of it, and what I'm experiencing from this particular point of view. Then there is an energetic form of myself that is closely linked to my physical self and its consciousness. And this energetic form of myself sits within the orb of my universe. That is my theater of experience. This aspect of me sits surrounded by all of these amazing beings and energies, and all of the stars and all of the planets. And I'm also surrounded by that which exists but remains unseen to us. And these are of equal importance. All things seen and unseen within this universe, within this third dimension, shares energy with us, and they contribute to the experience that we have here. And everything seen and unseen is imbued with the energy and the consciousness of the all. From here, I can see all of the other little orbs that are the individual universes of those who are sharing this specific reality with me at this time. These orbs are where we create our reality and our own experiences within the greater program that we are all participating in together. I see everyone as being in their own orb of reality that is their own universe, their theater of experience. These orbs or bubbles touch up against each other, and the bubbles that you're most close to are those with whom you share the most direct realities. The casings of these universes, the little bubble orbs, are like a semi-porous membrane, and so the closer we are to one another, the more often we touch, the more quickly our realities are shared with one another. We also share a general human experience with everyone who is involved in this specific program. But in the case of the general population and those who are further from us, the impact of our shared realities is not as instant or as visceral as it is with those who are close to us, unless a broadly shared human experience occurs. So I see myself from different vantage points sitting in my universe. There is a physical me who's sitting on the couch. This physical me can view the energetic me who is sitting in the middle of the universe, my universe. And this brings me to my third perspective. I can see through a consciousness that is at quite a distance from the part of me in my universe and the one on the couch. And this perspective observes both the energetic me that is within my universe and the physical me that is sitting on a couch on the earth. I don't know much about this third perspective, but I can observe and perceive through his eyes. I say his because there is a wise old man feeling about this consciousness. It's very much more detached than the other two conscious existences. There is a balanced peace within this third perspective that doesn't possess the emotional extremes and fluxes that the other two have. It just observes. It observes without judgment or emotion. And there is a sense of infinite patience because to this conscious being, time doesn't seem to matter. I have a feeling at some point I'll be working with this perspective or through this perspective, but I'm not sure when or how or why. I seem to be getting nods of approval from those around me, so I must have come close to being right about this. So I thought I'd review this with all of you because I know that everyone isn't going episode by episode in succession, and I wanted to be sure that everyone understood what I was talking about as we move along. Anyway, I do love sitting here in the center of my universe, just connecting with all of this, with all of the energies and all of the consciousnesses that exist here in this place. in this point of convergence where everything comes together. It is very peaceful. January the 4th, 2023. Archangel Uriel says, do not allow doubt to have influence upon our interactions. Uriel is explaining that I'm holding back, I'm creating a wall, and that at the base of this doubt is the fear of being wrong or getting things wrong that they tell me. Uriel says, release your fears, dissolve the constructs within your mind that tell you what can and cannot be. Only then will you receive clearly, only then purely. These constructs obstruct because you will not accept and cannot accept that which you are not open to. Divine provides in the manner in which Divine chooses. It is not up to you to dictate this. It is not for you to understand. It is for you to allow and to accept. What he's explaining to me and showing to me is that if I believe that information should come from a specific source or in a specific way, or not come from a specific source or in a specific way, I block the information that's being given to me with my own prejudices and my own preconceived notions. And the fear that things are quote unquote wrong or that I'm wrong in my perception just gets in the way and mucks everything up. Uriel is explaining and showing me the walls that I've constructed to compartmentalize things that should not be compartmentalized. Uriel says the divine cannot be contained within the constructed walls of man. The divine cannot be confined or defined. The divine is fluid. The divine is the all. Dissolve, dissolve. Dissolve these walls and false constructs, and much more will come to you. Much more will come to you, and you will be amazed. He's showing me the four mighty ones as an example of my restricted thinking. He's saying that I only expect things to do with healing from the Archangel Raphael, and only communication from the Archangel Gabriel, and of course, only protection from the Archangel Michael. He says that I limit them to a small and narrow field of tasks, and this blocks me from receiving the full benefit of what they can provide. Uriel says, child, you have four of the mightiest archangels, seraphims, powerful divine beings, and you limit us. You restrict us. He's not saying this in an angry way. It's more like they're all kind of shaking their heads and smiling at my stupidity. It is true, and I'm very embarrassed about it. Uriel says, there is no need for this. Awaken, realize, only you can limit yourself. All of you limit yourselves. Even those who are most evolved, those who are teachers and great masters, also have their limits, their constructs that restrict. What do you desire to do? Is this the work that you desire? It is. Then you must dissolve all that is false, all that restrains the divine through the limited constructs of that which is human myopia and limitations. He's showing me now. I'm seeing walls come down, and they're made of sand. They easily fall away if I will them to. He's asking me about this morning. This morning my hands were cramping, and I looked it up, and it has to do with holding on tightly and trying to control things. And so I said, I release all control. I trust and I allow. I said it about 10 times, and the cramps instantly went away. Uriel says there is no difference. With the same ease, you may release these false constructs. And so I say, I release the constructs of my mind. I release the constructs within my mind that I have created, that I have allowed. I release so that I may be open to the divine without limiting, without fear, without preconception. I do this now, and I ask the mighty ones for help in doing this. Uriel asks me if I can feel anything, and I can. There's resistance, and I can actually feel where it is in my brain. It would be in the upper rear right quadrant. It's as if there's like a little box there. So we're going to go in after that box. The mighty ones will help me. They're going to beam energy at me while I reach into my brain to remove it. I know this sounds weird, but bear with me. This is almost like an implant. It's a small, square, black box. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to reach in and get it. Now I see. It's my true self that's going to do it. My soul energy is going to step outside of my body and then reach into my brain. So I can see my true self reaching in and surrounding this box with an orb of my energy. And now, once it's encased in this orb of energy, it's removed. And then another energy arrives, an orb within an orb. It's an energy I've never seen before. And it surrounds that which was taken from me, and it is transformed. Now the Mighty Ones beam energy to the area of my brain where the box was removed from. I'm stepping back into myself. I'm still acutely aware of that area of my brain, but it feels much better now. There is a ball of energy in that space, and it's just moving around and healing. I'm going to be honest, that was weird. That was really weird, but it seemed to be really effective. I thank everybody. They're saying that I will begin to see them more as they are, not delineated. They're saying that up to now, everything has been so delineated for me, but this has changed, and I will accept the flow of the divine more easily. They're saying that no matter what, I'm not to be afraid, that I should always trust and never sit in fear, because progress and healing will be lost if I do that. So I understand what they're saying, and I appreciate their advice as usual. Now, everybody within my little orb universe is beaming energy at me, and I can feel that I am one with the all. We are all one. Their energy comes to me and combines with mine, and then beams out from me back to them. The construct of this is geometric, as I see it. The Archangel Uriel is speaking again. He asks, "What do you see within my eyes?" Fire. It sort of looks like an eternal flame. Uriel is saying that this is what I will be working towards, to connect with, the eternal flame, and that what happened today was a big part of that. But I must be willing to let go of old things and beliefs that served their purpose and met me at the level that I was at when I received them or created them. They carried me or lifted me to another level, but they are a part of my past ability to understand, and I have grown beyond them. I should release them so that I can receive new and deeper understanding, which will again carry me to a greater level of understanding. And then the cycle of learning will continue. I should not grasp or hold onto old things out of fear or superstition, that without them things will not be well. Uriel says, think back, child. Many times you have outgrown that which you relied upon and believed in. They were of value at the moment, but you outgrew them. And so you released them with reverence and appreciation to make way for the new. You remember them still, and this is of importance, for it allows you to share these things with others who are just beginning as you were. You are sharing your path without shame, so that others may understand and move along their path. It's weird, but as Uriel's speaking, I feel tension in my body. I was really holding onto certain ideas that I didn't want to drop, that came into my head as Uriel was speaking. But now I am aware of this. Uriel says, be aware of the body. Awareness. Awareness. This is the lesson that repeats. Awareness of thought, awareness of emotion, awareness of the body, for the body reveals much. You must not sit in ignorance, in unenlightenment, in unawareness if you wish to do this work. Only you limit yourself. Only you restrict yourself. Only you may choose to be aware and maintain the vibration that reflects your true self. Only you can choose to stagnate. Of this you are well aware. The choice is yours. This is your lesson for today. I'm asking Uriel about the orb of light, the orb within the orb. Uriel only says, more will come. He's not going to tell me about the orb within the orb because it's for the orb itself, the energy itself, to reveal itself to me, and I understand. Uriel is asking me if I noticed the transition that I made. He's referring to changes that I have made to my calling in, where I connect consciously with the divine and with the universe. Early on, I didn't realize the importance or the role of the ether, and so I didn't connect consciously with her. And Mother Earth featured more heavily in my active interactions than she does now. Uriel says, you did not forsake your Mother Earth, who sustains your physicality, but energetically you stepped forward without regret, without fear, because it was time. This is what you must do always. I'm now speaking with my higher self. I'm saying this has been a big day, an interesting day, a day filled with realizations and humility. He's asking me what I feel now. I feel a bit separated from my body while at the same time still feeling as if I'm in my body. It's really weird. And I feel taller. My body feels taller. I know this is strange, but this is how I feel. He says that he understands what I mean. It seems as if Divine feels that perhaps I've had enough in terms of serious lessons today. Balthazar and Melchior, the sages, say to me, much wisdom will come from today, but time must be taken for assimilation. It is the wise choice that we are making. They're smiling and they seem kind of thrilled with themselves because as they were speaking, they were showing me visuals and they thought the visuals were funny. So what they were showing me as they were saying that time must be taken for assimilation was a simmering sauce that has the heat turned up too high. And so it boils too hard and breaks. And they seem to think that this image of the broken sauce is absolutely hilarious. They can be so funny in that they think that they're funny, and I find that very endearing. I'm speaking with Mary now, and I'm asking her, am I right in seeing your hand in this? And she's saying yes, because this has to do with allowing the mystical to come to me, opening up my mystical self to the ether. Mary says, it is not possible to receive mysticism while holding firm constructs within your mind. Well done. Be aware. Be vigilant, for you have only taken your first steps. She's showing me that it's at the point of your first few steps where you're most likely to fall, trip and fall, like a child does as it takes its first steps. She's also showing me in a landscape that is unfamiliar to me and is uneven and filled with challenging features. Mary continues, be aware of each step, for many fall early on and become filled with fear, and so they return to that which they know. Awareness, awareness, vigilance and awareness, and never fear. Yes, I say to her, will you help me with this? She says, I will, child. The unicorn is now asking me if I remember when he morphed between being black and being white. And I do. And I was not afraid. The unicorn asks me, why? Why did you not experience fear? Because I felt your purity, despite how you were presenting yourself. Remember this lesson. Guard it dearly. It is of great importance now, and will be in the future. For many things present themselves in different ways, some for neutral reasons, some for benevolent reasons, and some for their own purpose. Your compass lies within. You know within yourself. Let the presentation not deceive you, for this may lead you astray. Whereas that which you know within will not. Honor this. Honor this. Mother Universe is saying that it's been a big day for me. She says, if you honor what you have learned today, then much progress will be quickly made. Bring this into being within you, for with it will come powerful change. I ask for your help in this then, Mother. She says it is granted, but she says that the responsibility is on me to honor and maintain this, and I understand that. Source is asking me if I've noticed that my perception of the distance between them and myself has changed, and it has. We're closer, or rather, I'm perceiving the distance to be much less. We are all much closer to one another, which is clearly symbolic. I can see all of those who stand within the Source much more distinctly, their robes, their faces, and they are so beautiful. They're saying that as I release blockages and constructs, I will shorten the distance that I myself have held the divine at. Again, this is a perception and symbolic. So, as my perception changes, it's symbolic of the changes, the deep changes within me. I think I was keeping them at bay because I believed that there should be a great distance between us, and I believed that I was not worthy to be so close to them. So I was keeping them at a proverbial arm's length, and now I'm dropping my arms so that they can move closer. I like this so much better. January the 7th, 2023. I did a lot of inner work today because I felt resistance within me about doing my podcast and putting myself out there. But now I'm doing my meditation. The goddess Aletheia says, "There is a time for truth. The time is now. Truth must be revealed. Speak your truth without fear or reservation. Your resistance is a figment of fear. Release it." The god Gnosis chimes in. "Why do you hide this knowledge that has been imparted upon you? These things you already know, and yet resistance persists. Why is this? This is the question that you must answer." So I'm saying, well, fear, I guess, as usual. Fear of rejection, fear of criticism and ridicule. Gnosis says, "These are things that are the creation of the mind. They are not a reflection of truth. They mean nothing. Be brave, move forward, stand within your energy, honor your energy. When you honor your energy, all is as it should be. You know this. Your resistance must stop." The sages Balthazar and Melchior are speaking. Wisdom is knowing when to sit quietly and observe, and when to speak and to act. You know what time it is. Have no fear, it is time. Mother Earth says, "Child, you came here to me to experience the physical. Within the physical manifestation, you must do. You must make manifest through action that merges the physical with the energetic. This is as it should be. Be not afraid to do. All is well." The sacred feminine says, "You know what you must do. Look to us for help." As we come together, the qualities of both masculine and feminine will manifest within you. The bringing together of both, the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine, will best serve you on your path and help you with what you must do within the physical world. I'm speaking with Jesus now, and he asks me, "What do you fear?" I fear the shadows. Yes, you fear the shadows, and yet the shadows are but things that you cast yourself. They're not real. Jesus is showing me cutouts of people and of things. These cutouts stand between me and the light, and they cast shadows in this way. And I'm afraid of the shadows that are being cast by these cutouts that don't actually exist. They're like echoes of the past that I've kept alive in this way. The cutouts represent moments, events, and people in my life that caused me fear and pain. And I believe that the shadows that they are casting are real, but they're not. They're only projections. Jesus is instructing me to go and knock all of the cutouts over. I do. And then he asks, "Now, where are the shadows?" There are none. These shadows are not real. Fear is not real. Look to what projects the shadow. Remove it. Remove what stands between you and the light. Take heart in knowing that it does not really exist in truth. It is a distortion. I see and I can feel what he means. I thank him as this really was done for me. Jesus replies, "Yes, this was for you, but it applies to all." All right, so he's showing me that these paper cutouts that were standing up, some were very small, others were huge. But because of the way they were positioned between myself and the light, they cast huge shadows. And this made them feel scary and also very real, but they're not. They're just low vibrating remnants of a moment. That's all they are. Old memories and echoes that I have held onto and that I gave great power to. That's all any of this is. And now that I've seen this, I realize that it was really quite silly. I'm now speaking with Mary, who asks me, "What do you fear within the darkness? What do you fear within the unknown? You have made friends with both, and you know that no danger lies within them. The only fear is that which you hold within yourself. You know that there is nothing to fear within the darkness. You know that the darkness is a place of gestation, of manifestation, and of creation. It is a place of stillness and of peace. You know light exists within the darkness. You know that darkness exists within the light. You know this, and yet you fear. Why? These are old beliefs. Release that which no longer serves you. Release that which you do not require. Release all that is false within you. Release, release, release. Release it now so that you may walk forward with strength and trust in your connection to the all. I'm now speaking with the unicorn, and I'm saying it's been an amazing session, but for some reason it made me really hungry. The unicorn is explaining that this is intense energy work. I'm using a lot of physical energy as well, even though the work is energetic. And food is grounding. My body knows what it needs to take my energy back to a level place so that I can physically handle and process these changes that I'm experiencing energetically. The unicorn is encouraging me to listen to my body and that it requires sustenance. The orb within an orb has appeared to me. The orb asks, "Do you not know who I am?" I do not. Its light appears pure to me. The light is white. I detect no other color. I don't see blue, maybe a touch. I can't see within the center of the orb. I can't see the core of it. I'm moving my vision for more distance to change my perspective a little bit. I see a beautiful light, and around it there is an orb of translucent light. Some areas of this translucent orb appear thicker than others. It's a bit like a lava lamp. Some of the light seems very thin. Some seems translucent completely, and others, well, there's like an areas of thickness. There is movement, and it's beautiful. The orb within an orb asks again, "Do you not know who I am?" And I answer again, "I do not know who you are." The center, in the center, I see what looks like the engine of the universe, I think. Are you the intelligence of the universe? The awareness of the universe? I'm getting that this is the awareness and the intelligence of the universe, which is why I thought it was its center. I'm seeing a bit of a blue tinge now. The orb within the orb says, "I am ever changing, but I am at my core always unchanging, for I am that I am. I am the intelligence. I am the awareness. I am the consciousness that you seek. I have many forms." I'm understanding that the orb within the orb chose this form because I could accept it and not feel overwhelmed or threatened by it. I'm to contemplate this form when I'm ready, but I must not wait too long. Is that correct? The orb within an orb is indicating that that is correct. It's changing again as I observe it. Red, and then blue, and then white again. Now with tinges of colors like orange. I know that what I'm seeing isn't reality. Like, this is not its real or true form. It's just allowing me to perceive it in this way so I won't be overwhelmed. The orb within the orb says, "Know me well, so you cannot be deceived. Know me well, child. Know me well." It's going into my third eye so I can connect with it and know it. I am the consciousness you seek. Know me well. This session was absolutely phenomenal, and at the end of it, I was absolutely exhausted. These bodies we have are really limited. Anyway, I want to thank you all so much for being with me again, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode, which will be episode 22. And until then, have a great day.